Picture this. I'm flipping through my Bible in my front yard, minding my own business. Then Karen, the HOA president, stomps up, clipboard blazing, claiming my Bible offends the neighborhood's vibe. Calling my faith a problem? That's not just petty. It's a full-blown declaration of war. So I started free Bible classes for the whole block. Guess who had to watch dozens of neighbors join in? Right outside her window, Karen thought she could shame me into silence and strut away clean. She didn't know she'd picked a fight with the wrong guy. I didn't just stand firm. I turned my quiet devotion into a community revival. She couldn't stop. You're not going to believe how this played out. Karen figured she could bully my beliefs and walk off smug. She had no clue I'd flip her game, rally the block, and make her the punchline of her own rules. This story kicks off with a nosy complaint, twist through a bold move, and land with a victory so sweet you'll be cheering. Stick around, because Karen's about to choke on the scriptures she tried to ban. Let's set you down in Willow Creek, a quiet Illinois suburb where ancient oaks shade neat lawns. Kids ride bikes till dusk. Porches buzz with stories older than the mailboxes. I'm a retired electrical engineer, 65. More at home, tinkering with circuits than shaking hands at HOA picnics. My wife passed a few years back. Her faith was my anchor, her laugh my light. Every evening, I'd sit in my front yard, Bible open, reading verses that kept her close. It wasn't just a book. It was where I'd find peace, where Scout, my mutt, would nap by the grass, where her memory warmed my bones. Every page was her voice. Every prayer was my pride, a ritual I'd guard with my life. Willow Creek wasn't all calm. New money rolled in. McMansions popped up like weeds. Their gates gleamed brighter than their hearts. Enter Karen, HOA president, the self-crowned queen of Willow Creek Estates. She ruled with a clipboard sharper than her perm. She didn't manage. She steamrolled. Her bylaws choked anything free. Wrong mailbox color? A $300 fine. Too loud crickets? Warning letter. Clara, my neighbor, got a $400 hit for a gaudy bird bath. It had a squirrel. Big whoop. Karen's patrols were relentless. Her SUV cruised at dawn. Her clipboard snapped like a trap, sniffing out joy like a hound on a scent. Willow Creek Estates wasn't a community. It was her kingdom. Neon notices were her lash. Her smug grin was a wall nobody dared climb. My Bible was her obsession. Read quietly on my lawn, zone free, it glowed. No HOA rule touched it. I kept low, reading evenings, fixing gadgets days, no fuss. Folks knew me as the Bible guy, not a troublemaker. I liked sinking into the verses, my wife's spirit in the words. Clara dropped pies, praising the calm, griping Karen's fines. Her mailbox took a $350 hit for faded green. Jamal, the local carpenter, cursed a $450 smoke fine. His grill was poetry. Rosa, whose roses bloomed like a dream, paid $500 for excessive petals. Petals? I'd laugh, knowing my permits outranked Karen's pen. I'd wired systems tougher than her. A clipboard was a toy, but Karen's eyes zeroed in on my Bible. She called it divisive once. Her sneer cut deeper than a knife. Divisive? It was my faith, my refuge. I defend it with every wire in my soul. She sent warnings. Religious display. Public disturbance. I fired back with bylaws, council nods, all clean. Karen didn't care. Her notices stacked up. Each was a jab, daring me to swing. I filed them. Engineers calm holding. Map the fault, don't blow a fuse. But her complaints grew nastier. Her threats sharpened, muttering bans and trouble. To her, I wasn't a neighbor. I was a rebel. That Bible, my wife's heart, was her target. One sheet erased till it vanished. Karen's war kicked off with a thud. A neon notice was taped to my mailbox. Her HOA seal glared like a summons. She didn't knock. She barged, standing on my lawn like she owned my scriptures. Your Bible's offensive, she said, flipping her clipboard with a nail sharp as her smirk. It's upsetting our community's look. Look, my quiet reading was legal, zone-free since I moved in, less intrusive than her yappy dog. I lean on the porch, sipping coffee, and slid my paperwork over. City stamped, bulletproof. Not your lawn, Karen, I said, voice flat as a circuit board. It's my faith. Her lips twitched. Her eyes glinted like a fox spotting a spark. Lawns don't run Willow Creek, she purred, venom in her Pilates grin. Rules do. Rules bite. Bite? That wasn't a chat. It was a challenge. I peeled a notice. Scout's growl matched my gut. I figured she'd back off. No dice. By week's end, notices piled. Printed, official, ridiculous. Unpermitted display, $400 fine. Visual nuisance, $300. Social discord, $500. Discord? My Bible sat quieter than her Christmas inflatables. I filed them, instincts humming. Log the fault, don't spark. But Karen wasn't tossing darts. She was wiring a shutdown. She crashed my evening reading. Scout's ears pinned. Her SUV parked like a roadblock. Clara trimmed hedges nearby. Jamal fixed a gate. Rosa watered roses. Karen ignored them, zeroing on me. Her clipboard tapped like a gavel. That book's tanking our property values, she said, voice dripping scorn. Put it away, or we act. Act? My lawn wasn't her church. I turned a page. Cool as a breaker. Permits are clean, Karen. You got no shot. Her grin turned icy. She wasn't debating. She was ordering. Clara whispered, she's trouble. Jamal nodded. Find my grill. $450 for smoke. Smoke? Karen's eyes dared me to swing. Then it landed. A Tuesday. My mailbox stuffed with her ultimatum. Cease religious displays or face $200 daily fines. Her signature scrawled. Her meeting loomed. I want to talk. She cut me off. Rules are rules. Rules? My blood boiled. Engineers don't short. We rewire. Karen thought she'd won, but her bite had just tripped a switch she couldn't flip. Karen's complaint didn't just sting. It burned my soul. Her attack wasn't a jab anymore. It was a full-on blackout, targeting my Bible like it was trash. The fines didn't pile. They choked. Each was a bolder lie. Religious overreach. $800 fine. Overreach? My reading was legal, quieter than her porch lights. Light pollution. $700. My lamp was dimmer than her floodlights. Then came community discord. $1,000, claiming it stirred fights. Fights? Neighbors left notes by my roses, not her lies. I locked them in my safe, instinct screaming. Build a circuit, don't fry. But Karen wasn't playing. She was torching. My Bible was her pyre. I sniffed a scam. Years wiring systems taught me to spot shorts. I checked my lawn. Posts were solid, no violations. But signs grew. Clara caught Ted, Karen's goon, scoping my yard. Said it's for a survey. She hissed. But he had a camera. Camera. Jamal saw Barb with a contractor, Karen's inspector, packing a phone. Inspector? More like a spy. I dusted my Bible. Smudge prints, enough to flag. Rosatipme. Karen's at the diner, crowing. Bible's gone. Town's clean. Clean? This wasn't a fine. It was a purge. My Bible, my wife's heart, my fight was her target. That Tuesday, I stood by the grass. Fines mounted. Then worse. My Bible's lamp was trashed. Glue gunked the socket. Rage roared, but I thought like my wife. Shine, don't curse. I hit the county code. Private displays, no restrictions. Inspiration struck. Why hide my faith when I could share it? Big? I'd wired boulder grids. I planned free Bible classes. Open to the block, right on my lawn. I moved quiet. Flyers printed, permits checked. Emma, my lawyer pal, was on speed dial. Karen's fines were shaky. HOA couldn't ban faith. Federal law said so. I teach first, fight later, letting her strut into my trap. Clara's tip came through. Karen's HOA meeting, her stage to gloat. I lined up class schedules, Emma's notes, Jamal's photos. Ted's text read, fines piling. Boss thrilled. Thrilled? Not for long. Karen thought she'd won. Her perm was a crown. I was the spark. This wasn't a fight. It was a revival, and her block was about to learn. Willow Creek woke to chatter. Neighbors buzzed. My Bible's fines were the talk of the block. I stood by my lawn, lamp fixed. My blood hummed like a live circuit. Faces turned. Clara's eyes popped. You that Bible guy? Jamal grinned. Knew you had juice. Karen's HOA cronies, parked nearby, froze. Ted's coffee hit the dirt. Barb's yapper choked mid-yap. Karen lounged by her gate, latte in hand. Her smirk faded. She hadn't known. She hadn't dreamed the guy she'd targeted was about to teach the block under her nose. I paced my yard. Finis stuck. Karen's offensive display email stung like a frayed wire. Her complaints were fraud. No HOA could ban scriptures. The First Amendment backed me. Then Jamal dropped a bomb. Bible gone. Values saved. She framed my faith as trash to prop her classy town cred. Class. My gut roared. Engineers don't flinch. We amplify. I scoured records. Karen Bailos, Ben Solo, had no votes. Fraud. Bold as her perm. I dug deeper. Emma pulled HOA files. $30,000 in fines. No receipts. Funneled to Karen's cousin's consulting scam. My classes were bulletproof, untouchable. Then the twist. Saturday morning, my lawn bloomed. Folding chairs. Neighbors galore. My free Bible class kicked off. Grace in the open. Faith for all. I taught verses, shared cookies. 20 showed up. Then 50. Comments flew. This is awesome. Karen's nuts. Karen flipped. Her own ex-post whined about a public cult. Cult? I'd wired her trap. Our classes grew. Her lies were exposed. Karen's meeting loomed. Her stage to spin lies. I rolled in, flyers ready. My sign was lit. Faith blooms, freedom stays. She'd lose it, clueless, expecting cheers. I stacked attendance stats. Emma's suit. Trespass, fraud, harassment. Clara's tip came through. Ted's text read, fines locked, boss thrilled. Thrilled? Not for long. Karen's ex-post crowed. Willow Creek's pure. Pure? She trashed my wife's faith. I was the signal. This wasn't a fight. It was a lesson, and her block was about to learn. Willow Creek's HOA hall was a powder keg. Chairs were packed. 1,500 neighbors were jammed in. The air crackled like a storm about to burst. Karen stormed to the podium. Her perm was a fortress. She gloated like she'd banned her foes. We're saving Willow Creek, she crowed. My Bible's fines were her trophy. A slide slammed it as a public offense. Standards, she preached. Standards? She'd spit on my faith. Neighbors stirred. Clara's fists balled. Rose's eyes burned. Jamal leaned forward, jaw set. Karen's smirk was steel. She thought she'd own the block. She spun lies. My Bible was divisive. A blight tanking values. Half nodded, conned. Half seethed, smelling rot. Det doset hoazulet fly. Floors ate them like dust. Karen glowed. We've cleansed Willow Creek. Cleansed? My move. I rose, flyers in hand. My sign blazed. Faith balloons. Freedom stays. My voice was low, like a verse rising. Karen, got a class roster to share? She froze. Her latte splashed. She expected cheers. Rosa hissed. Teach her a lesson. I hit the projector. The screen lit up with my class. 100 neighbors, chairs sprawled, verses shared. Footage rolled. Karen's complaint, no vote. Her smirk as she slapped fines. Then my roster. 50, then 80, then 200 joined. The crowd roared. Jamal bellowed. Liar. Karen's face drained. It's fake. I clicked. Linda's USB showed Karen's email. Find a Bible. No debate. Clara's clip played. Karen's ex-post. Cult crushed, town's mine. Ted's text to Barb. Fines locked, pay up. Neighbors surged. Clara screamed. Fraud. My classes hit local news. Phones flashed like a tempest. I faced Karen. Sign raised. You trash my faith. Trespass, fraud, harassment. I tossed him his suit. $80,000 damages. Illegal fines. My classes were legal. Case 2025, WC 88. You're done. She choked. Values. Cops rolled in. My call from dawn. Sheriff Klein stepped up. Cuffs gleamed. Karen, you're under arrest. Click. Cuff snapped on her. Ted, Barb. They were dragged through jeers. Karen wailed. You can't. We did. The hall erupted. Cheers, fists high. Jamal hugged Rosa. Clara's laugh was wild. Linda yelled. HOA's done. The vote was unanimous. Bylaws were torched. Karen's crown was ash. Our classes were the flame. Rosa's clip hit 30 million views. Neighbors chanted, freedom. I stood by my sign. My wife's faith was alive in their roar. Willow Creek wasn't hers. It was ours. Truth was the brightest verse. Karen's cuffs didn't just clip her ego. They burned her empire. Willow Creek roared. Neighbors spilled into the streets. They hugged, laughed. Clara tossed pies like confetti. Deputies hauled Ted out. His strut was crushed. Karen sobbed. It's a setup. Setup? Her fines told the truth. The DA piled on. Trespass, fraud, harassment. Charges stacked like bricks. My suit gutted her HOA. $90,000 in fines. No votes, pure scam. Money funneled to her cousin's consulting racket, no receipts. Karen's lackey flipped. He named 50 scams. Bibles, sheds, all fined. All tied to her sister-in-law's Creek Realty. Clara's fence, hit in 22, wasn't unsafe. Barb's text bragged. Paid off. Rosa's roses. Fine last spring. Were the same game. 100 neighbors spoke. X exploded. Hashtag Creek Justice spiked to 40 million posts. Tales spread from Florida to Maine. The council froze her accounts. $20 million was seized. Her gazebo was bulldozed. Her realty was a front for scams. Karen faced 18 years. Her plea died when Barb spilled $500,000 in inspector bribes. Karen's name was on each. Willow Creek didn't gawk. Fox ran faith's lessons. We prayed, danced, moved on. The HOA collapsed. The board bailed. Bylaws burned. Neighbors raided the office. They unearthed $12 million in fines. Karen's piggy bank for vacations, funded by Clara's birdbath, Rosa's tulips. Leela to vote. New council, no fines, just trust. Karen's standards? Smashed. Our class is shown. Clara clapped my shoulder. Your wife would be proud. Proud? I felt her, urging me to teach on. Willow Creek didn't just heal. It blossomed. My Bible class is now 100 strong. Pack my lawn every Saturday. We read, pray, share cookies. No fines, all pride. Neighbors pitch in. Clara brings pies. Rosa sets chairs. Jamal prints flyers. Hank adds grit. It's not a yard. It's us. Unbowed. The classes are a beacon. Folks join from across town. Their smiles warm my soul. Karen? She's a ghost. Her curtains stay shut. I catch her peeking at her crowd. My lawn hosts quiet nights. Kids read verses. Strangers pray. Iston op dusk. Scout's tail thumps. My wife's faith burns bright, fiercer than ash. Faith isn't loud. It's a spark, a town that stands firm. Got an HOA horror story? A Karen who tried to dim your light? Drop it in the comments. Share your wildest clash we're watching from. I read every one, hungry for your fire. Do these classes light you up? Smash that like. It's wiring truth to the grid. Share with your crew, neighbors, even the guy with the loud truck. New here? Subscribe, hit the bell. We're chasing more wins, laughs, and grit. I want you in the circle. Thanks for standing with me in Willow Creek. Keep shining, fighting, crushing nonsense. Catch you next. Stay tough, stay true.